welcome to day 7, your final day of your strength and mobility reset. Hopefully you've enjoyed day 1 up to day 6. Now today is just going to be like an all-encompassing full body mini workout, a little bit of mobility, a little bit of strength work, and all you'll need is a yoga block or something similar height, and a set of weights. They really don't need to be anything too heavy, but just something to make you work just that little bit harder. So I've got 2-3 kilos here. They could be a little lighter, a little heavier. Totally up to you. Okay, so let's start at the back of your mat. So you've got the full length of your mat in front of you if you're using one. Parallel feet, and just try and think about all the stuff that we've learned so far up until now. So we did a foot session, so ground your feet into the mat, thinking about your tripod. Big toe side, little toe side, center of your heel. And you're going to roll down, articulating through your spine. Aim to keep your legs as straight as you can. When your hands get to the floor, walk out into a plank, a long line, and then you're going to take a big step forwards with your right leg. Bring your left knee down. You're going to let that foot flatten to the ground and stretch up to the ceiling. So it's a spine twist. Reach up and then place your hand back down on the floor. Again, inhale, twist up. Lower the hand down. You might remember we did this on day 1, and hopefully today is feeling a little easier. Keep your hand down on the floor, tuck your toes, go for a big leg stretch. Straighten the knee, let your knee come down. Drive your heel to the wall behind you and really stand on the big toe side of your foot. And again, it's just one foot. Push that leg away to really straighten your leg, opening out your hip. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. And keep the legs straight and go back into another twist up to the ceiling. And bring your hand down. Can you step back into your plank? Can you take a big step forwards with your left foot? Bring the knee down. Relax your foot flat to the floor. We're going to twist up to the left. Turn your rib cage. Find that rotation through ribs and spine. And lower on the exhale. And again, inhale, twist up to the left. Exhale, bring your hand down. 1 more, and then we go to the hip and the leg. So keep your hand down and go back to tuck toes. Now push your heel away to help you to take your knee off the floor, stretching your right leg. Let that knee come down. And again, push away. Aim to get your legs straight if you can, or as straight as possible. Stretch and down. 1 more time. Stretch down. Now we stretch and hold, and you do 1 more twist up to the left and lower your hand, and then just sit back on your heels for a second. Now you might need to use your block on this one. It depends on how comfortable you are sitting in this position, sort of a 90-degree position. If you're not comfortable with your right leg forwards, left leg back, sit on the block, and it's got to go under your right hip. And you might find that you're a whole lot more comfortable here. Clasp your hands together and just hinge forwards. You should hopefully feel a big stretch in your hip and come back. If you don't need the block, just don't use it. Stretch forwards and come back. You might need to use your block for some other bit of help. So you'll decide if you do need to use that block. Sit on it or come off it if it's not needed. Reach forwards and come back. Now, from here, you're going to see if you can reach forwards and then push down into your front foot and get up. Now, and then hinge and sit down and be in control. So if that's not successful yet, you can use your block and help yourself get up. Push down into that block and see if that's helpful. And if it's not helpful, maybe you need to be near a wall or a chair or something in front of you so that you can push down into something to help you get up. And if that's still not comfortable, just keep practicing your hinge and come back up, okay? Otherwise, keep going with your get up. Open those hips, sit back down, control it. One more time. This is the kind of thing that you do get better at, but you've got to obviously practice it. Okay, so we're going to switch the legs over and you're sitting on a block if needed. It has to go under your left hip if it's the left leg that's now in front. Okay, so when you're ready, don't sit on the block if you don't need it. Reach forwards and come back, and hopefully you feel a nice big stretch on the side of your hip on that front leg, the left leg. Reach forwards and up. And when you reach forwards, your spine is really long. Elongate, lengthen your arms away from your tailbone. Whenever you're ready to, get up. If you don't need the block under your hip, maybe you need the block for your hands. Press your hips forwards. Control sitting back down. Notice the easier side. And get up. Beautiful. Control sitting down. 2 more times. No hands if you can. Whatever's on the ground, your knee, your shin, your foot, your back leg, use it to help you push the ground away to get up and finish down. Okay, so you're going to lie on your back next, and can you place the block under your right foot? Okay, so we're going to think bridge for me. Heel underneath your knee, so make sure that block is in place. Your toes, if your foot is bigger than the block, curl your toes over the edge of the block. Make your feet work a little more by holding onto the edge, curling your toes over. Okay, and you're going to lift your left heel up. Right foot is flat, left heel lifts, push down into your right foot and come up into your bridge. So the left leg is not doing very much, the right leg is doing most of the work. Just check, pelvis is nice and level, and just lengthen your spine down. Keep your left heel raised. So you're just on your toes, the ball of your foot and your toes on the left side. Really working your right leg. Push into your heel and then lengthen your tailbone down. And again, you've got arms to help you. In your bridge, we've got 2 ends of the bridge. The upper part, arms, shoulders, and your lower part, well, in this instance, is just 1 foot. Now we're going to stay up, and hopefully your left leg is ready to lift. Knee up, tap the ground with your toes. Knee up, tap the ground with your toes. Imagine it's just a pool of icy water. Pelvis stays level, so just keep checking in that you're not dipping one side. That right leg, push it into the block. 2 more. And 1 more. And you should hopefully feel ready, and you'll want to lower down. Amazing, guys. So move the block over to the other foot. And just make sure that that block is certainly in line and your heel with your sit bone on that side. Okay, so reset. You're going to lift your right heel and press down with your left heel, toes curling over the edge of the block. And we're going to lift up into your bridge. Pelvis should be level and lengthen down. Keep reaching to the front edge, the front of your room or the front edge of your mat. Arms press down. You lift up nice and high. Chin off chest, nice open across the collarbones and shoulders. And again, flat hands, arms press into the mat. So you're not just relying on your foot. Now we're going to stay up. And knee lifts. And we slowly tap the toes, lift the knee. So you want to feel like your right leg is lovely and light. That left leg is doing all the work. Push your heel into the ground. Keep curling your toes around the block to make that foot really work. Hips nice and level. Last one. And slowly lower yourself down. Hug your knees into your chest for a second. Just stretch the back of your legs. Well done. Okay, so rock up when you're ready. And now we can come into a side bridge and grab one of your weights. Side bridge, side plank, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so you're going to start on one side with your elbow under your shoulder, head in line with your spine, stacked knees, stacked feet, and pelvis is nice and level. Keep your weight nearby in case you feel like you want to use it. Okay, so we're going to push the ground away with your feet and with your arm, lifting up your bottom ribs and we go up in a sort of side plank or side bridge and lower yourself down. In a second, we'll add in the weight. Lift and lower. And again, it's the same thing as the bridge before. You've got two ends. So use the two ends, arm, shoulder, and feet, and your bottom knee. Push the ground away. Okay, well done. So now if you wish, we add in the weight. So hold your bridge and lift that arm up to the ceiling. And you're going to slowly lower the arm down. So if it's too heavy, grab a lighter weight or don't use a weight at all and just move the arm. Hold that bridge. Here's where the strength comes in. Lower slowly and push that arm back up to the ceiling. Strong arm, strong shoulder. Look down if you need to at your bottom elbow if the neck is getting tired. Slowly, one more time. Lower and lift and come down. Bend your elbow to bring the arm down safely over to the other side. Okay, so same setup. Stacked knees and feet. Elbow under your shoulder. Lengthen your spine. Think about that rib cage over pelvis stack, which we talked about earlier on this week. Okay, you don't need your weight yet. Okay, so when you're ready, push down to lift. Think about lifting up that underside. And for now, arm is down by your side. Control the lowering. Don't just drop. Everything is controlled. We lift and lower. And you're really squared on to whatever you're facing. Lift. Good. And down. Okay. Get your weight ready if you're using it. Lift and hold. And then we take that weight up. And the arm stays straight as we control lowering it. And we have to use a bit of effort. Exhale, push the weight back up. Remember, you can look down at your elbow if the neck gets a little tired here. But nothing wrong with working that neck. Make sure you're elongating and your head is on top of your spine. Good. One more time. Inhale, control lowering. Exhale to push up. Bring yourself down. Bend your elbow to bring that weight back down to the floor. Okay, we're going to come up to standing next. So up to you if you hold one weight, two weights, or no weights. All right, so we're going to add in a squat with a little bit of rotation. Okay, so you've got slightly turned out feet, and you're going to work into a deep squat if you can. So we inhale and we lower down into a deep squat. As you stand up, you're going to rotate your left hip across to your right side. Hopefully you notice your feet changing a little bit. Come to center squat. We're going the other way. As you're standing up, get ready to rotate your hip, your right hip across to the left. Come back to center squat. Push into your heels. Keep your knees over your toes. So we're trying to just add in this little bit of pelvic rotation. Good, healthy movement for your hips. Cross. Lovely, that little rotation. Try not to rotate from your spine. You're rotating from your pelvis. And we did some pelvic rotations earlier on this week. So see if you can think back to that. Keep the weights on your chest. Little rotation. Lovely. We've got 4 more. Down. Drive into your heels. Little hip rotation. Good. You're almost trying to keep your rib cage facing forwards. So there is a counter rotation of your rib cage and spine. 1 more each way. Squat deeply. Push into your heels. Small hip rotation. Last one. Feel how one foot goes flat. The other foot gets an arch. Face forwards. Release those weights. Awesome. Okay, so from here, you're going to grab your block again. And you're going to place, let's not use weights. You can decide if you want to. You're going to place your right foot on the block. And you're going to hover your foot. So you're going to check in that your pelvis is level. You can curl your toes over the edge of the block. You're going to keep your standing leg, which is your right leg, straight. You got to trust yourself here. You're going to take a big step out to the left, landing with your knee bent. Here, you should get a really lovely inner thigh stretch. Now, you might overbalance here on this one, but you're going to straighten your leg and push yourself back to the beginning. You can land on your toes, but I'd love your heel to be lifted. So make sure you get back in one step rather than 2 or 3. So we take the foot off the floor. Your standing leg stays straight. Take a big leap out, landing, and it's very quick. Toes ball heel. You have to bend this knee so you're in a lateral lunge. Back is nice and flat and elongated. Enjoy this inner thigh stretch. Now, can you get back up? Landing on your toes. Up in one, land on your toes. Your heel is lifted. Let's go again. Big step out, land. Toes ball heel. It's very quick. Push into that foot. Get back up. You're trying to keep your standing leg straight throughout. One more time. Let's go. Leap out, land, bend. Push into your heel. Get back up, landing on your toes. And let's do the other side. Really good. Okay, so make sure you've got enough space to do your big step. Okay, I quite like this toe curl. It feels like I get a lot of stability from it. Okay, so you're starting standing on your toes, your heel is lifted, pelvis is level, and then when you're ready, just take your foot off the floor. So you're balancing here. You're going to keep your standing leg straight, your moving leg. It's the leg that bends as soon as you land, toes ball heel. And you get that lovely stretch. So hang out here for a little bit and really push your weight into your outer foot. Get ready to leap back up, landing on your toes, trying not to overbalance and fall off the block. Take your time. When you're ready, step out, land, toes ball heel, big inner thigh stretch, push yourself back up, landing on your toes with your heel lifted so your pelvis feels level. And again, leap out. You've got 2 more. Big stretch. The side of your foot is pressing down into the block. Push yourself back, land on your toes. Final one when you're ready. Landing and pushing. Amazing. And we finish with a delicious spine stretch. Kneeling. Juicy spinal movement for you here. So you're on your knees. Be on your mat if you need to be. Arms lift up to the ceiling. As they circle round, roll the spine down. Hopefully your hands are going to slide here. Slide your hands forward so you sort of slink into a stretchy cat. Your chest goes low, your head is lifted. You're sort of just about looking at your fingers. Now you're going to drag your hands along the floor, curl your tailbone under. As soon as your hands are near your knees, reach up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, arms circle round, roll down, hands on the floor. Slink forwards along your mat or along your floor. Hopefully you can slide. That's kind of why I sometimes don't like using a mat, because I slide more easily. Chest down, chin up, look at your fingers. Curl your tailbone underneath you so you're rounding your spine and you're dragging your fingers to your hands. Inhale, lift up. Arms circle round. This time, maybe you can reach back so that you can touch your heels. Open your chest. Arms reach up to the ceiling, rounding over. Slink forwards, tailbone up to the sky, chest low to the ground. Look at your fingers. Exhale, curl your tailbone under. Drag your hands back to your knees. Last one, inhale up. Circle the arms around, open chest. Lift your hips up to the ceiling. Can you tap your heels? Stay here and widen your shoulders and soften your elbows. Arms back up to the ceiling, rounding over, and sit back on your heels. And stay here for a full deep breath in and out. Feel like you're breathing into the back of your t-shirt. Make that t-shirt bigger, like you're blowing up a balloon. And then deflate your balloon. We're going to go for one final stretch. Shift your hips a little bit to your left. Walk your arms over to your right. When you can't go any further, put your left hand on top. Tuck your head into your right knee. And take a deep breath into your left side. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Come to center. First shift your hips to the right, just a little bit. Walk your arms over to your left as far as you can go, and then reach your right hand on top. And it should feel like you really had to reach for your right hand to go on top of your left hand. Tuck your head in towards your left knee. Oh, that feels good. And take a deep breath in and out. And then when you're ready, come to center and then roll the spine up. And can you stand up without using your hands? And parallel feet. Ground your feet into the mat. Think about your tripod standing up tall. And final deep breath in and out. And you are done. Well done for completing 7 days of movement with me. I really hope you enjoyed that. So feel free to leave any comments, as I've said before, and share this, and feel free to come back and repeat it whenever you wish. Take care.